Welcome to the show.
That's right. Thank you, Chuck.
What do you guys do?
We're a device that sits in your active threat program so that should there ever be a situation, a trained responder would be able to access the self-defense tool.
Physical device inside your response program, which comprises of software, hardware, policy, all that kind of stuff. Interesting.
Yes.
So, is it automation in a way?
In a way, not necessarily as, like the robotic dog over there or anything else like that. It is a static vault that is secured into a wall that if an event occurs and someone needs a self-defense tool,
right,
they can access it with a proximity card, a biometric.
Oh.
The door will drop open. It'll take a picture of the person that's accessing the weapon. Oh,
that's very cool.
And it'll send it out to a call tree.
Now, I'll bet you in places like California where I came from, they love that kind of stuff.
Oh, I bet they do.
That's part of their compliance and safety devices and best practices and stuff like that. How was this developed? I'm thinking of in my brain how you might have come up with this. Tell me why.
Our office is in Arkansas, and the owner was having a problem with some concerns with some employees. And they decided that they wanted to be able to defend themselves in case something ever happened. Watching everything, on
right.
TV and everything else like that, they wanted to be prepared. So the son came up with the design on this, Eric, and we wanted to make sure that it was very heavy duty. It wasn't something that somebody was going to be able to pull out of the wall.
Right.
It wasn't something that somebody was going to take a bat to or shoot it out. It's very heavy duty. And it's got tampers in there so that if light comes into the space, if somebody's trying to vibrate it or anything like that, it's going to set off a tamper alert. And it gives them the opportunity to defend themselves. Now, one thing you mentioned, California. We know that in California and several states, they're hesitant to have lethal weapons within their property.
Yep.
You can use non-lethal weapons.
That was my next question, right? So
Okay.
they got that really cool thing I saw at the police show last year. It shoots, for lack of a better term, tear gas balls, paintballs.
Yes.
Non-lethal, but boy, that takes down a big guy. That's a great way to look at it, too.
Yeah, and that type of tool, taser. Hawaii just authorized having tasers for public use. Well, why not put a taser in there if there's a hesitation about trying to shoot someone?
Now, Ms. Kim, I think you brought us a video. This is really cool, demonstrating the ASRS Active Shooter Response System. Let's take a look.
While there are a variety of products available that can assist during active shooter incidents, the Active Shooter Response System, ASRS, is the only physical security system designed to alert key employees and emergency services to a threat within seconds, while giving authorized individuals within the facility the ability to protect themselves. The ASRS products are designed to work in unison with each other and to seamlessly integrate into an organization's current security measures. If an active shooter situation happens within your organization, be prepared and confident to handle any adversity you face. The ASRS is a twofold product that illuminates a different way to respond to active shooters. ASRS. Seconds save lives. Visit asrs.io to learn more.
I'm from Arizona. People walk around in the grocery store with their gun. Nobody cares. Everything's great. 6 shooters. They ride mules up to the bar. It's a wild, wild
We're
west,
from
right?
Nevada, yes.
You get it, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's a cultural thing. However, I would not, as the owner, want to put a lethal vault in there. Back to your point, because I'm a policeman, former policeman. There are very few times you can kill somebody legally.
Right.
And ethically. I mean, it might be legal, but it might not be ethical. It's better to do both.
Right.
If you have to do it, right?
Absolutely.
So I like this idea that this gives people a huge option for defense that's not 100% tied to lethal. Because it's kind of one way or the other a lot of times, isn't it?
Well, absolutely.
And who knows if the secretary knows how to handle my Tavor X95? Right?
They don't need to, nor should they. The whole idea is it's a part of an active threat program.
That's right. Got to be part of one component.
It's just one little puzzle piece.
Right.
It might not be right for the 7-Eleven, But it could be right for the
Yeah.
right situation where you have trained individuals who understand when and when not to use a weapon.
Right.
You've already got your prevention piece in place. You've got other devices that are out there, your active shooter detection system, access control camera, intrusion systems. You've got all of those pieces in there. If this piece works, then it is very good because it enables the trained people to access something to
Right.
defend themselves
Right.
and others.
And here's my mantra about security. I've been doing this 40 years, right? All security is personal, all security is local, all security is now.
Right.
You don't wait to call a SWAT team when somebody's trying to kill you. It doesn't work that way. You have to have a plan. And I'm not saying your response is necessarily let's fight, because he who fights and runs away, right?
Right.
But
Maybe.
that's part of your plan,
Right.
right? And if you get in a position where you cannot do anything except defend yourselves, you better be ready to do it.
Right.
You got to make that choice.
You have to make the choice. You
Yep.
have to be able to do what you need to
And
do.
be able to do it with some degree of certainty that you're going to succeed.
So we
And it
have
certainly helps.
3 sizes. We have one unit that is a hardened arrest panel,
Okay.
which is it's going to be a prox card and a biometric to send out a duress signal. We have the smaller unit, which was handgun size.
Okay.
Okay. And that one will send out an alarm every time it's accessed. And then we have a larger unit that will hold a long gun. That's for your SRO officers, right? You don't want them leaving their gun in the trunk of their car out in the
Right.
parking lot,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
It's not secure, it's not safe, and it takes them a long time to get there.
Now, is this integrated with automatic response systems? If that's opened, are the police going to know about it? So when they arrive on scene, they have situational awareness. They know that
it
something's
can
going
be.
on.
That's
Yeah.
a part of the active threat plan, right?
But does the device integrate with that?
It will, yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Absolutely. We are currently finalizing the process of setting it down as a device on an access control system.
Oh,
So that it can be managed, the major database can be managed by the access control system for the proximity card.
Right.
And then you still have to enroll for the biometric.
so this reminds me of when the lock boxes came out that hold 1,000 keys, and
Yes.
I go, ding, 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 open, take it. I have accountability. You know who took it. I know when they took it. There's an alarm goes
Right.
off. You don't put the key back. It's a great idea.
So,
And if
yeah.
the gun does not go back in the cabinet in a certain period of time, can I configure it that way to say, wait a minute, Billy stole the gun. He wasn't using it for self-defense, right?
Well, you're accessing the gun in the smaller vault.
Right.
That's a situation. That's so people are on the way.
Right.
So somebody knows that you're in there. The long gun option is an accountability tool. You're logging in to put it in there. You're logging in to take it out. That long gun vault also has a duress switch inside of it. So if they're accessing it because there's an incident,
Right.
they hit that switch and it sends out the
Oh,
notification
excellent.
tree.
I could see this in penitentiaries. Prisons.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Better than that
Absolutely.
key I had to fumble with, and I couldn't,
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, that's how they did it, right?
That's it. I've
Interesting.
been doing this since the late 70s, so many of those things I've done.
The late 70s.
Yes, sir.
Wow. It's impressive.
Thank you.
Very good. Was this your whole... What drove you to do this, by the way? There's always a catalyst behind stuff like this,
I
right?
started out with a small integrator here in Las Vegas, actually in the late 70s. Stayed with the alarm companies as a dispatcher, service, accounts receivable, scheduling. I did everything. I went into sales.
Right.
The last 20 years of my career with the company, I was doing federal sales.
Oh, okay.
And so when government contractors were told that they had to roll out active threat plans, they were handed by the FBI the Run, Hide, Fight video. But that was
I know.
really it.
That was it. Well, that was an achievement in itself, even to produce anything.
But at least it
Yeah.
started a conversation.
That's right. That's right.
This, I feel, is the rest of the conversation. It's how are you planning it? And if they have somebody like me as a resource to say, oh, I need active threat training, I need awareness training, oh, I need help with this and like that, then I'm all here for it. And we would like to be a part of that plan in the right places.
Fantastic. Kim Marsh, Director of Business Development, ASRS.io.
Yes.
Fantastic product here at ISC West 2022. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you,
on the show. I
Chuck.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.